Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
What was your significant other's response to all this?
You figure it out. It's okay. It happens. Clean it up. No big deal. And she's right. It is no big deal, right? It's not the end of the world.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, honestly,
it's not a big deal.
Yes,
you clean it up.
That conversation is the conversation that your mother has with you.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Feel good today.
Me too.
You're looking good. What, a watermelon shirt?
Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit.
A little watermelon sugar?
Yeah, I mean, when I wear a collared shirt, it's either Iron Jock or the other golf company that I like to wear, right? They're the two staples, and I was like, you know what? I feel like dressing up nice today. I'm gonna wear a button-down shirt for work.
It's inappropriate in the workplace, Jim.
I want to look good for Alex today.
Harry, who is that? Is that Maroon 5?
I think it's Harry Styles.
Was it?
Right the first
Harry
time.
Styles.
Yeah,
You're
right
right.
the first time.
You guys see Don't Worry? It's same difference.
Yes, very good. Don't worry, darling.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
No. It didn't land the plane.
You're correct.
So,
Bad ending. Good
yeah,
movie,
so
though.
no, you can't. Let's try it. 844-770-3776. Can a movie be good if the ending doesn't hit?
Yeah, I know what Alex is saying.
I'm saying it was fine, but it got your expectations, and we'll talk about expectations today. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a delicious, ice-cold, blue Coors Light.
So
Nicely done.
Yeah,
now I want a Coors Light.
I know.
That's perfect. So he's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. And give me an example, because I know what you're talking about. Like, Don't Worry, Darling, I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But the whole time, it was like moving to a place where you're like, okay, there's going to be a big payoff. And the payoff didn't hit. It was a little, it's a little muddied. It's not clean. It's not crisp. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
So it's not just one of those movies like we've all been to movies where they'll end it in kind of an unexpected way that leaves kind of a bad taste in your mouth, but like it's the point.
Well, like
was that
the
The
Sixth Sense lands the plane. There is a plot twist, and the plane lands. M. Night Shyamalan, a lot of times, and we'll get to your thing, but the M. Night Shyamalan like lands the plane sometimes. Other times, it doesn't land. It's just you crash land.
Was he the director of this movie?
No, he was the director of Sixth Sense. He's done a lot of these other movies.
Yeah.
What are some of his other ones? The Mr. Glass.
Signs.
Yeah, Signs. So like Signs was one that was more of like, did it really land at the end?
I liked it.
I liked the movie, but at the end it could have been an A, and I was like, it's like a B minus. Like it was
really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I did not like scary movies, and that really isn't considered scary. A little suspenseful maybe, but not scary. And that was like one of the first times I like felt like I made it through a scary movie without being like too scared.
I don't like. I'll be honest. Zombie movies are the ones that usually scare me the most for scary movies. I don't really care for scary movies either because usually they're not any good. Like I'm watching Last of Us right now, which is a zombie apocalypse sort of thing. It's amazing and really well acted. Because the problem most of the time, all the money is spent on the scare for scary movies, and it's like, well, it's not good. It's just a lot of flash. But I think like Us, that landed. Jordan Peele's been landing his movies, but. I believe, Strofe, I haven't seen it yet, so don't ruin it for me, but what's the one, the most recent one from Jordan Peele that you saw at the theater this last summer? It was a big movie. It was a Jordan Peele movie. You told me that you just didn't like how, basically, I think maybe how it ended. Nope.
I don't think I saw that. I think it was somebody else.
Okay, I thought it was you that told me that you didn't like it. But regardless, I've heard that like it's just not as good as the other one. So I'm guessing I'm still going to watch it, that it probably doesn't land the plane. Like...
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
You have to pull it out. And in this, and Don't Worry, Darling, they just don't land the plane. Really good acting, and it really has a cool point. But then, like, as it reaches its top, when it does the payoff, it's just like, what?
So I guess
doesn't make any sense.
There's two ways for me to think about it. It's either they missed, like it didn't seem like it was cohesive and it didn't make sense, and then there's just the director having a different vision for it, and they execute it the way they wanted to, but it just wasn't the way maybe you were envisioning it or planning on it or wanted it to.
Well, wasn't it just me thing? Because I think it's like a 7 out of 10 on IMDb.
So did you feel like it was more the director just made a choice and you didn't agree with it? Or do you think it was like this just kind of got muddy at the end and they kind of like lost direction?
I think I got muddy at the end and lost direction because there's one thing I can't give it away, but the whole time the big why are they doing this? Like why are the specifically the women okay in acting this way? I kind of predicted that one part of it. I was like, it only works if this is from two different eras. Of like, otherwise I'm not shocked if women in the 50s are acting the way the women in this movie are acting because that's how women in the 50s acted. So like that's not shocking to me. So the only logical thing would be they're from a different era. Right. So like that was figured out quickly, and then it was like how they came from different eras just was like meh, did not quite land the plane. But a lot of good performances just didn't land the plane. But I'm in a good mood. I ran today 3 miles.
Wow.
I'm not fast. But
treadmill or
outside?
Flat ground?
Outside. Yes.
Wow.
You've been getting that running in recently.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
You're a whole new man.
Well, kind of. I'm not fast at it. I'm about 11-minute mile for 3 miles. So
as long as you don't walk, I'm proud
right.
of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and I took 5 seconds off from the last time. So I'm happy with that. But
there you go.
I'm also trying this new thing of cold showers. Do you guys take cold showers?
Yeah, so Chris Orrs tried to talk me into this because that's his thing. Every morning he starts with a cold shower, and that kind of freaks me out. I don't think I could wake up like that.
I mean,
I feel like
there's
I'd
science
throw
behind
up.
it.
What's that?
I feel like I'd throw up.
You throw up?
I feel like I would.
So I get your point. So after a run, I did the cold shower. But like in the winter or even now, like obviously now you don't usually have, at least for me, I don't have it as warm. Mm-hmm. Even with the air on the house isn't as warm. But what I'll try to do, so what I'll try to do is start with like a lukewarm shower, and then I'll turn it to cold before I get out. I can't just get in cold shower because that's just too cold. I can't handle that. I don't think I'd throw up like Alex. But it's a strong take. But I think that like going in cold, that's a special sort of psychosis. Like Chris Orr and like I would imagine like Tarek Saleh reminds me of someone that could like take a cold, like just get into a cold shower.
I think the idea is the same as like ice bath, right? You're just kind of...
You're not starting your day every day with an ice bath.
I mean, forget a cup of coffee. You want to wake up.
Yeah, well, that's why I like the cold shower.
shower.
Like, I like it, but it's more of a finisher for me. Like, the last minute, I'll have
that's
the
how
cold
you
shower.
land the plane.
Yes, I land the plane with a cold shower.
Sounds miserable.
What is the dorkiest, or what's the worst thing on your, like, workout list? Like, the dorkiest song? And I'll take that calls on that as well, 844-770-3776. I have a workout, like, running list. And every once in a while, a song will pop on there. I'm like, why was I drunk when I put this song on there? But at the same time, I'm like, no, I wasn't because
I like it.
So the other day it was too legit to quit. I hit 2 miles and I was like, I usually run 2, and I'm like, that song came on. I'm like, I can run in this song, then I kept on going. Like, and I just want to hear 844-770-3776. What's the like nerdiest or kitschiest song on your playlist?
I can't pick one, but all like. My favorite workout music is all throwbacks to like middle school and early high school, like my punk rock phase. Like Blink-182 comes out.
Can you do the too legit to quit? Do you guys know that? I'll do it right here for the camera. Yeah, too legit to quit.
Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Your L was backwards with that hand, bud.
Oh, yeah, it is.
There we go. Too legit to quit. That's Matt and I. Did you know this song? Matt or Alex Strofe?
Do I know this song?
Yeah.
Of course I know this
song.
song.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not, you can't touch this, so.
It's still MC Hammer, though. He's a big deal.
Okay, but way earlier than your time, so that's why I just wanted to make sure. Like, it's not like he's.
Hey, Jim, I'm just going to quote you here. Just because something happened before I was born doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Right, but I'm fascinated to know how MC Hammer made it through. You know, so
a lot of music makes it through. I'm a big music guy.
So what movie is this?
No
he
chance.
had a theme song for a movie.
No chance.
Addams Family. He wrote a whole song for the Addams Family, and like
really?
they did it. They're in the video.
Isn't that better? That's not MC Hammer.
No,
that's
Is that a different Addams Family?
he did a song like it's called Addams Family. It's like Addams Family Values. It's
they
like,
don't just play that song the entire movie. Yeah,
good job.
the whole movie they just play that song.
Anyways, so I'll take your dorky songs on your playlist. Just like a lot of times it's poppy songs because that's got a beat you can run to.
My problem is I get too caught in the rhythm, which sounds cheesy, but like if a song's too fast, I will run myself out of breath.
Well, no, I get that. That's why honestly I've started this new thing where I'll start my run because I need to start slow because you get going.
Playlist.
Well, what I do is I start with a podcast, and then it's like it's just kind of listening, and so the first mile. It's maybe like a 12-minute mile. But then the next two are faster because then I'll kick it. Because now once you get loose and you're kind of like, all right, now I'm going. Now I can kind of run to the music. But that first, if I'm going to burn out, it's that first mile running.
Right.
Meanwhile, I got people in the office. They're like, yeah, we run 4 miles about 30 minutes. I'm like, what? Well, good for you. I can't join your run club because I'm going to be bringing you down. I'm happy with my 11-minute mile for 3 miles. But this is Rutledge and Hamilton. Wolf in Fitchburg chimes in. Jim is spot on with Don't Worry, Darling. The potential was there for the movie, but they mishandled the ending. Could have been great. It could have been a great movie, but it missed. Almost brought the plane to land, but then missed the runway. And I think it wasn't like a crash landing.
Yeah.
It was just not a perfect landing. And I think
you've done a pretty good job of not spoiling it too.
Right. I don't want to do that. What is the line? What do you think the line is for spoiling a movie?
Year.
1 year?
Yep,
Yeah, because you got to wait for it to get onto some sort of like streaming platform because people just don't want to pay for them sometimes.
Yeah.
Like me, I basically wait for them to come to the airplane so I can watch them on the airplane. And
every man, Matt Hamilton.
Well, no, that's everyone's gonna work. It's everyone does what works for them, and for me, that's when I get to watch movies. Like Jen, all of a sudden wants to watch The Last of Us 2, but she gets scared, so we can only watch like one episode at a time, and I just want to like binge through it and move on.
Jim, he's just so relatable. Like we were having a conversation before the show about $18,000 watches. Just so relatable.
Right.
I was impressed by a watch I saw.
But like the watch thing is different. It was a gift and good for him. But the plain movie watching thing is like, what? And not even like a bougie thing. It's more of like, nobody travels as much as you, Matt. Like most of the time,
there are business people that travel like I do.
Yeah, but after COVID, like you are, I would imagine a premium flyer. You fly more than I think you're probably a 1%er in flying.
I don't know, dude. I don't get upgraded to first that often because there's more.
Wait a minute.
Senior flyers than me.
Wait, you're not a first class guy?
I mean, I love to be, but I don't book the first class ticket. I hope my status gets me upgraded.
Hand to God, I'm actually shocked right now.
I know.
I figured you were always like first or second row first class.
Matt doesn't want to pay
I get
for
upgraded
anything.
occasionally. I'm not trying to pay for it. So when you fly on the same airline a lot, you get like
what's your
status Delta.
Okay.
And you get status.
I recommend Delta too. That's my favorite.
Status,
like
Delta. You can get upgrades and free bags and stuff.
But you know me, I'll do Frontier if I got to do Frontier.
I won't. Like I don't. I'm not a comfortable flyer. So like Delta. Like I'm not flying.
Do you get flight anxiety?
Oh yeah.
Really?
So, yeah, absolutely. I have a little totem I use. I'm good. I can handle it. But like,
totem.
Yeah. So
I don't know what that means.
It's like a little something you can have like in your hand that like you can kind of or something.
Like a fidget?
So it's something to distract yourself.
Okay,
yeah.
sure,
So it's not like actual fidget. It's just something that like I'll bring something on the plane that's like meaningful, and I'll just kind of not all the time. Like it's less and less and less the more and more I fly. But if there's a moment of high turbulence or whatever. But also then you do like the old like military 4x4 sort of breathe in 4 out 4 and like I'll calm myself down. And so like it's fine. I just not my favorite thing. It's more of a control thing. It's more of like who's flying this plane? Are they good? Like do they know what they're doing?
A computer's flying.
Right, I know, but like in my head it's like I don't know this person. I don't trust this person. So like that's a big part of it. So yeah.
You're a tough guy overall.
Yeah, it's just
this kind of shocks me.
Yeah, it's not like but I'm powering through it.
I'm learning new stuff about you guys today.
I power through it. You don't know, like, I famously took a train to the Rose Bowl because I didn't want to fly.
That's before my time.
Really?
Yeah.
How long was that?
Forever. I will never do it again.
36 hours?
Dude, I got food poisoning too.
Oh, no.
I'll share this story on the other side when we talk about maybe the next time the Badgers go to the Rose Bowl. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
The Club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Hey Jen, sorry I'm late. I had to stop for gas.
Yeah, I can't believe how much it costs for gas now.
I know, everyone's still talking about how much gas is, but I never pay full price. I just use the free Upside app, and I get cash back for every gallon of gas I buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid real cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yeah, I earn back up to 25 cents a gallon every time I buy gas.
What? That sounds like it could really add up.
It sure does. I've made over $300 already.
Wow, that's serious extra money. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CAR3 for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CAR3 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus in your first tank. That's code CAR3 for 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business, providing a professional yet casual work environment in Stoughton, Evansville, and Brodhead. If you're looking for your hard work to be rewarded with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is the spot for you. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
Since 2003, Wounded Warrior Project has helped post 9/11 veterans adjust back to civilian life. Through specialized programs, they begin healing their bodies and minds while regaining a sense of camaraderie. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Sharing the story coming back here of my train trip to LA, but we had a few texts coming in there. One from a 262 says we should take a look at picture Riley Cooper from LSU. He looks like Mark Tauscher, so I'm gonna have to look that up in the break. Daniel the Sloth chimes in, and
Riley Cooper didn't go to LSU.
He said LSU pitcher at Riley Cooper.
Oh, different Riley Cooper, not the guy that was dropping expletives. The former Eagles receiver.
Right, because nobody would think that guy looks like Mark Tauscher. It said LSU pitcher Riley Cooper.
I missed the pitcher. I just heard LSU.
And Riley Cooper didn't go to LSU, did he?
Went to Florida, yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, so none of those things in your assumptions were right. Daniel Sloth chimes in, actual fear of flying. I've only flown on my honeymoon. I hate being in places, things that I don't have control over. If I'm going to die, I want it to be my fault. I feel that, Daniel. I feel that very well. And then you have Daryl and Deerfield chime in. I'm with Alex. Would never have guessed that Jim had any issues flying. Try drinking an ice cold glass of milk while taking off. feel like that would make me sick to my stomach.
Maybe a cold shower right before you go to the airport.
And I guess I don't because I looked into a lot of this stuff. For me, the more I wrap my brain around it, the more I could be less afraid of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just more of the anxiety. It's just your brain. You think your thoughts are magic. It's like a kid thing that kids do. So like I just had to just remind myself my thoughts aren't magic. So when I think worst case scenario on things, it's not going to happen. Like I can't make it happen.
It's trying to convince my wife not to think about the worst case scenario because
but everyone
your thoughts are magic.
But everyone traps. It's a child thing. Kids think their thoughts are magic, and so like if I think something bad happens, it's going to happen. And so that's one of the things you have to trick yourself out of. But anyways, I didn't want to. I hadn't flown in a long time. As a kid, I used to fly to California and Florida all the time.
So was this the 1953 Rose Bowl that you took the train
53,
to?
Yes, 53
or
Rose Bowl.
60 or 63?
No, none of those. Anyways.
Covered Pat Richter back in his day.
Yes. Back in the pre-segregation days. Back in Tom Oates' favorite era of Badger football.
Well, Ivy Williamson,
the 50s
coach
and
of the
60s.
Badgers.
But anyways, so the
great name.
Ivy Williamson, yeah.
So I do want to ask,
or Milt Brunn,
844-770-3776. Do you have a fear of flying? Because when I looked it up, it's like 70% of people have flying anxiety, which is what I would say.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I'm not just like my wife gets excited. She's like, "This is the coolest thing in the world." I'm like, "It's fine." Like I know I'm up in the air and it's cool, but also like I'm up in the air. I don't love it. Like,
is it better for you? Before you tell your story, is it better for you if like your wife is with you?
Because then you got to put your like brave face on.
Yes, just like with like
because like next week you're flying alone.
Yeah, so
and that worries you more.
Not anymore. So again, it was a big long break is what happened there. I just didn't fly for like a decade, if not longer, and so I just built it up in my head. The last time I flew with some friends to Mexico, and we flew from Minnesota to Mexico City straight, and we flew like through a thunderstorm. And we were getting like bounced in the plane. And then we got on like a little prop plane and flew that from Mexico City to Mazatlan where we went. So it was just horrendous flying experience. And then the way back was, I guess, okay, I don't remember it. But I remember the last time I flew when I was like 20 was this horrible experience. And then I just didn't fly much otherwise. And so then it just kind of built up in my head. So then when the time came for the first time for me to fly, this was before my wife and I went on our honeymoon, I just didn't want to fly out to California. It felt too big for me. And I just asked the question, can I take the train? Someone's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'll just do that then. Really bad idea. But I've flown to Jamaica with my wife after that. Now I fly plenty. And now I'm getting the kids like, we're just going to go fly. Like I flew down to the Super Bowl. I fly. It's just not like, some people get super excited about it. Some people are super chill about it. And I'm more of like, I used to be like a 9 or 10 about flying. Now I'm more like a 6 or 7.
Right.
So
I'm happy to hear that. That's growth.
Yes. And so, and look, you can find plenty of stuff. Like I feel strength in numbers. Like there are plenty of people who have at least flying anxiety. So anyways, I went out to the Rose Bowl on a train. So I got on a train in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, took that down to Chicago, then boarded a different train and headed out west. And it was awful. It's kind of like an airplane. At least you can move around a little bit more. And there were like train cars where you could like sit and like get a drink and have like, you didn't have to sit in your uncomfortable seat. It was like a dining area or like a lounge area. We could go like a viewing area. So it was like, I got to see a lot of the country. So up until I got to New Mexico, it was fine. Because in New Mexico is where I'm going to blame the pizza that I got in New Mexico, which they recommended. You're able to get off the plane in New Mexico, stretch your legs, walk around. We're there for like an hour. So we got off the plane. Train, sorry. And everyone's like, hey, go, this is the pizza spot. Like, this is famous in New Mexico. It's like, great, I'll get pizza here. By the time I got to California, and maybe this wasn't from the pizza or maybe whatever, but I was a disaster.
Hold on, slow down. Yeah. How was the pizza?
Delicious.
Okay.
Delicious. Greasy, but delicious.
Really good.
Yes. So I started to like, you get the feeling like, all right, I'm sick. So I had to like, this was mainly number 2 sort of sickness here. So I'm like on the train bathroom.
I just shit my drawers.
And the trains are nice where there's actually like level. Like I was able to like find a bathroom that was a little bit like away from people. So I was like, I'm just gonna kind of just camp out here for a while. And like your stomach's hurting, like it's just. So I get to the train station, and now it gets real because now I'm in this position where like I have to get to the train station to a rental car place and then drive this car to the hotel in this condition. And my stomach is killing me. And so I am like holding on for dear life to not throw up or have diarrhea. And I'm going from the train station to the car. I get the car. As soon as I get to the car place, I have to use the bathroom. And so then somehow I get through LA traffic in that car to the hotel with no accidents. And then I get to the hotel, I check in, and I run to the bathroom so fast, I almost knocked myself out because I threw the toilet seat up so fast to throw up. I hit myself in the face and then just threw up. And then I walked out. There was thank God, a water thing, like you buy water, and so I bought a bunch of water.
I was thinking like a fountain, like on the ground.
No.
You put coins in.
No. So I bought a couple bottles of water, crawled into bed, and I think I was there like 48 hours early. Slept, didn't move for 48 hours. I lost like 15, 16 pounds just throwing. I'd go throw up and then go back. I was sleeping. This is New Year's Eve, like the whole thing. Like I get up, finally have enough energy for the Rose Bowl. I eat, I think, like toast for breakfast. Tom Lee, who was working with us at the time, now works for AmFam, was doing badge stuff with us, thought I looked like death because I was so pale and so all I drank was water and a few pretzels, and I didn't start feeling better until probably Chicago on the way home. I was trying to find rides home with people because I'm like, I don't know if I can mentally wrap my brain around going on a train again. So I will never take a train again because that almost was worse than death. And so I was just like, you know what? If I'm going to die on an airplane, I'm just going to die on an airplane because I can't do that again.
Be a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
It was one of the sickest I've ever been in my life.
I had a similar travel story going to Italy one time. We'll save that for another day, but
so the Badgers to the Rose Bowl. Do you think I'm taking a train out there this year? You know, the Scalzo and Brust train. I took the actual train.
Yeah.
I put my
money where... So should we start the Badgers to the
Rose
Bowl train?
So... I don't even know if the Rose Bowl is a big thing anymore, but I do want to talk about Badgers' expectations. And, Matt, we're both excited, right?
I'm very excited.
How excited are you?
You see the Luke Fickell bat signal go up, and you know we got another recruit. All this hype around, Tressel and Longo, and obviously this air raid offense, and we've got quarterback recruits just coming out of the woodwork wanting to come to Wisconsin. All of that news, not hearing what anyone's saying, just looking at the news has got me super excited, thinking the sky's the limit for the Badgers. Maybe not in year one, even though I'm very excited for year one. But the future of the Badgers I really believe that we can be an Ohio State.
But what about this year?
I think this year, they can compete.
What's compete mean?
Compete means
give me a number.
Win the West and a good game in the championship game against probably the Buckeyes or Michigan.
Give me a number. How many games do you think, excited Matt Hamilton, how many games do you think this Badger football team is going to win? If you don't give me double digits, then you're not really excited.
My conservative number
I want your number.
My excited number... We'll go 11. Let's go 11.
So that's our first Iron Jock poll question. Matt Hamilton believes the Badgers will win 11 games this year. Are you with him, or is he crazy? 844-770-3776. I'm with
Am
Matt.
I too excited?
I got 10.
Okay.
So we're right there, but I love your enthusiasm, and that kind of plays for our personality, too.
But, you hear the stats from Mordecai right now? You look at his last 2 years...
Tanner Mordecai, I think, had more in the last 2 years than Graham Mertz had his entire career with the Wisconsin.
Might have had more than the Badgers over the last 4 years, right?
40, yeah.
It's exciting, and then you say we have this offense where we're going to utilize quarterback play.
So I want to give this to you.
I'm thinking Russell Wilson era. You know what I mean? Where if he wasn't going to throw the ball down the field, and if we weren't going to bust a run with one of our great running backs, our quarterback was going to be able to take off. We were like a triple threat every time they snapped the ball. I'm just so pumped.
2022, Tanner Mordecai, 3,524 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He was actually a little better the year before.
I mean, I would definitely
39 touchdowns.
How many? And he had, I think,
that's just passing.
A handful of rushing touchdowns, too. Probably, I think, 10 or 11 in the last 2 years. So,
I don't have that in front of me.
Well, either way, it's just super exciting having these like high recruits, and I kind of veer away.
He's not a running quarterback. He's had 4 his whole career.
Gotcha. I thought he had a handful one game. Either way, like we have a quarterback that can sling the pill, and we haven't. I mean, we've had some game managers. We've had good quarterbacks. Like I'm not gonna knock anybody, but like Russell Wilson could throw the ball.
We've had one great quarterback and a couple fine quarterbacks, serviceable quarterbacks.
Right.
Joe Stave, Scott Tolzien, serviceable quarterbacks where they didn't lose. That's all they were asked to do. Don't lose the game for us.
I mean, I know we got rid of him, but Jack Cohen was fine.
Yeah, he was serviceable. Absolutely. Alex Hornibrook was for a year. The year they won the Orange Bowl. So we've had serviceable quarterbacks. The difference is those serviceable quarterbacks were surrounded by incredible offensive talent. Well, now we have an incredible proven offensive talent in Braylon Allen. And now we're looking at, could Mordecai have similar numbers? I don't think it's out of the question here. Daryl Deerfield chimes in, just winning the West is a pretty low bar. Matt is crazy talking 11 wins. No more than 10, and that's optimistic. I don't think 11 is crazy. I honestly don't think that, Matt. I do think it's a high bar, but I don't think it's out of line. And we can run through the schedule after the commercial break here, but I do think that double-digit wins is a fair bar for the Wisconsin Badgers. But is Matt Hamilton too excited? That is our Iron Jock poll question. Matt Hamilton thinks the Wisconsin Badgers will win 11 games this year. Is Matt Hamilton too excited? We'll hear from Adam Rittenberg on his Badgers expectations. We'll hear that next, and we'll also run through the Badgers schedule to see how Matt has the Badgers getting to 11 wins. And Matt, we're including the bowl game in that 11-win number, right? Yes.
Yes. I was looking at how many games
otherwise
are in a regular
otherwise
season.
You're insane.
There's only 12 in the regular season.
Yeah,
right.
So I think
you're saying they're going to go 11-1?
No, I'm going to include the bowl game there.
Yes, include the bowl game.
Well,
I was giving them that one.
The Big Ten championship game.
Include the bowl game too, man.
In the bowl game.
Yeah, just like 11.
All the games they play.
Yes.
11 wins.
That'd be 14 then if they get there.
Yeah, so like 11-3 is not crazy. Like that's not insane.
That's gonna happen.
All right, Kaboom Cash. Kaboom Cash is the prize over at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. 4 winners every hour can win between $500 and $3,000 cash by playing their puck drop game. Kabooming Cash, Ho Chunk Gaming Madison on July 29th. 4 winners every half an hour win between $500 and $3,000 cash by playing their puck drop game. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Ben Bruss from Scalzo and Bruss to tell you about one of my favorite teams in the area, Zimbrick European. For over 3 years, I've trusted them with my car buying process, and I'm never going anywhere else. From Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, their pre-owned and Sprinter vans, they have something for everyone. Don't drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary. I love the sexiest car on the lot that I found this time, a nice Zimbrick Mercedes. Find what you love. Test drive, and they will make leasing affordable. Zimbrick European.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advanced can help your engine get more miles. Right now, buy a 5-quart jug and get a free STP Extended Life Oil Filter. That's right, free. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need, when you need them, at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The Dell Technologies Black Friday in July event starts now with limited quantity deals on top business PCs with Windows 11 Pro. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Plus, get special financing with Dell Business Credit. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. Offered to business customers by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
What is dedication?
People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Throwback Thursday is brought to you by Lone River Ranch Water. Premium brewed beverages inspired by classic tequila cocktails from far west Texas.
No, don't get stressed, it's gonna get figured out. Oh, deep conversation that don't have a headstrong father and a determined.
You know, there's so much content out there, but are we going to run out of it? There's now a actors strike in addition to the writers strike, so there is just Hollywood shut down. There's all over the streaming, rightfully so. I do believe that the actors and writers are right, that especially not the Matt Damons of the world, but the writers and the people who are lower tier are not getting paid their fair share at all. So anyways, Hollywood's shut down, which means all your favorite shows, like a lot of stuff's not coming back. Like sports is going to be more popular than ever in the fall. But it is fascinating that that news broke today that basically actors are not going to work anymore. The writers aren't going to work anymore. There's nothing being done in Hollywood. And I know we talk about so much content on your Netflix and all, like that's going to dry up.
Yeah.
that's going to dry up.
Plane rides are going to be so boring.
Because here's the thing.
Going to be a lot of reality TV coming your way.
Well, right for the short term because you don't have to. Whenever it comes back, you can write it. So, and you could also throw it out there. Sports, because I hate reality TV. So I think
the
sports,
original
and I guess
TV.
maybe some documentaries, but sports will probably carry you through.
It's the original reality television show.
It will be shocking because I love sports, but I like watching movies, like going to the movies, and it's not there. Let's get out to Robin Madison. Excuse me, Robin Madison. Rob, what's on your mind?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
You know, until porn shuts down, there's going to be plenty of content. You know that, right?
Well, aren't there actors and writers in that?
Who cares?
Hey, now.
Content.
Yeah,
so,
true.
I'm
Rob,
pretty
Rob, you got to
excited
stop
about
looking
that.
at your Instagram models, man. We need your head out of the gutter.
Hey, I look at a lot more than just Instagram, all right? Thank God Wisconsin hasn't shut down some of the sites.
Hey, now.
So
good for you, Rob.
Hey, so I originally, you guys brought up this topic. I originally called about Badgers, okay?
Okay.
So I'm pretty psyched about the Badgers, but I can't see them going double digits. I mean, Lockie looked good this spring, but that Mordecai, that didn't look very, but it was spring ball, yes. But what I wanted to bring up, that Mabry quarterback, sunshine, blonde, long-haired kid.
Yes.
Mabry, yes.
Mabry, yeah.
There you go. He had a Twitter post the other day, and he's already calling himself the King of Madison. I can't wait till somebody humbles him in spring ball next year.
You're ready, Rob. You're ready.
Yeah.
I love it. So what's your number then?
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the schedule in a while, but I'll say 8. 9, including the bowl.
Okay, so we're not far off. Matt's just looking for a little bit of luck there.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call,
We're
Rob.
going to go over the schedule,
Let's do that.
and y'all are going to agree
Let's do
with
that
me.
right now, and then we'll hear from Adam Rittenberg. So let's fire up some schedule music.
Alex.
Now.
I'm looking for the right one.
Dramatic pause. Yeah, this is some good Badger schedule music. All right.
Oh, it's a college football theme on ESPN. I would hope so.
Nailed it.
All righty.
Let's get into it, Alex.
He's getting the schedule up for us as well. We only told him this was
I
happening.
mean, I have it up. I could have gone through it.
Okay, but you can't go through it and then say it yourself.
It's just a big Matt Hamilton segment.
Alrighty, run through it. This is all Matt, though. I'm not going to chime in.
All right, home opener coming up September 2nd at Camp Randall Stadium. Buffalo opens the season.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would be afraid of the Buffalo Bills. I'm not afraid of the Buffalo Bulls. Badgers win that game easy.
What friend of show used to coach the Buffalo Bulls?
What friend of show?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's a football player. I have no idea.
I said coached.
Yeah.
Lance Leipold, head coach of Kansas.
Played or coached for the Bulls?
Yes.
Oh.
He went from Whitewater to the Bulls to Kansas.
No, cool. Well, there you go. His former team is going to get trounced by the Badgers.
I think you're probably right about that.
Now, this next team also has a Wisconsin tie. Do you know the tie for Washington State?
Washington also starts with W.
He's not wrong.
But that's not the tie.
No, I
to
don't know
Wisconsin.
what the tie is, no.
Their head football coach is from the Madison area. He said he used to sneak into Camp Randall when he was a young kid to watch them play. Then he came here last year and beat the Badgers at Camp Randall.
Yeah, I hope
Revenge
you enjoyed
game
it because it ain't happening again. Badgers beat the Washington State Cougars. That's 2-0 for the Badgers at that point.
Georgia Southern, week 3.
That's a win.
What former Bear running back who has the name of a great Vikings running back went to Georgia Southern?
What?
He has the same name as a great Vikings running back, but he also was a solid running back for the Bears. Went to Georgia Southern. Yeah, Adrian Peterson, same name.
Okay.
Yeah, different guy.
Adrian Peterson.
Different
Yes.
Adrian Peterson. Okay, so we're 3-0 for the Badgers right now.
At Purdue, week 4.
See, I think that'll be the first test for the Badgers, but I think they come out with a dub.
Who's the best quarterback in Purdue history?
Drew Brees.
Okay,
correct. Homecoming, week 5.
I mean,
actually week 6 because they have a bye.
It's homecoming week. Badgers.
I didn't even say the opponent yet.
Oh yeah, sorry. But it's homecoming week.
Rutgers.
Win. W. Big W.
What do you think of when you think of Rutgers? Who comes to mind?
East Coast.
Is there a person at all?
Rutgers. No.
Greg Schiano is what comes to mind. He was the guy that kind of brought that program up. Then he went down to Miami. I feel like Tony Soprano, his character went to Rutgers.
That might be right. I feel like I recognize that. I know it's an out east school.
It's an out east school. Yes, I didn't know that was up for debate. Yes, it's definitely an out east
not
school.
everybody knows.
Statement.
Not everybody knows where all these schools are.
Nobody that good went to Rutgers. I'm looking through their famous alum right now.
All right, what's the next one here?
Iowa, at home again.
See, that one, I'll do a coin flip. I will take my optimism pants off for a second, and I will say that will be our first L.
Pants. How about optimism hat?
Nope. Optimism comes from the loins.
You have them. You have them losing to Iowa at home.
It's going to be a tough game, and here, I'm trying to hit my win mark. I called it, and there's only
need
two.
This to hit your win mark. You got some harder ones coming up later. I'll say this. Now I'm going to ask you this question.
One harder one that I'm worried about.
What?
Yeah, that would be 10-2 if they lost both of them.
This is on the basketball side of things, but what former Badger and current ESPN Madison host has a sordid history with Iowa? Jesus, there can only be one option.
I'm not sure.
Say the question again?
Who's got a
I said
sordid
this has
history?
a basketball angle.
Yeah.
What former Badger and current ESPN Madison host has a sordid history with Iowa?
Oh, is it Brusty?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
but
else? I
what's
couldn't
his,
have narrowed
I
it
don't know
down.
what his issue with
He
Iowa.
had committed, and then they switched coaches. He decommitted, and they had to get out of the commit and went to
I
Madison.
didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So I still have the bowl games and the Big Ten championship
King
games.
Troll Hassadee chimes in. Ray Rice went to Rutgers. That is a
he's good. He was a good football player.
bad person, good football player.
Yeah.
Illinois on the road.
That is a win.
Yeah, it is.
Redemption game over Bielema. Badgers take down.
What's your trivia question here, Jimmy?
Bielema. The answer is Bielema.
What former Badger cornerback? They have two of them on the staff. What or secondary member is on the Illinois staff? He was here during Brett Bielema's time coaching here.
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know.
How do you not know this?
Is it Jim Leonard?
So, here's why it should matter, though.
I don't know.
Antonio Finellis and Aaron Henry, and when they flipped the kid from Wisconsin to Illinois, they posted a photo together, and it angered a lot of Badger fans. Where they're high-fiving and saying, this won't be the first time we take kids from the Badgers. And it was a little,
All right, October 28th, Halloween weekend, under the lights, Ohio State at Camp Randall Stadium.
I love the atmosphere. If there was ever a situation where the Badgers could steal a win, that would be it, but I'm going to give this one to Ohio State.
What current Badger head football coach also coached Ohio State for a little bit?
What current Badger football head coach? That was good. At Indiana, November 4th.
That's a win.
What former ESPN Madison market manager is an Indiana alum?
Ken Roback.
Ken Roback. Who did you start to say?
I don't know. I said Chad
Hopper.
Hopper. I don't know anything. I don't even know who Ken Roback is. He's like, nobody does.
This is horrible.
All right.
Did we do Northwestern already, or did we
No.
not? All right.
No, but that's a dub.
Home against Northwestern.
That's a win. They always give us trouble for some reason. The Badgers play down to their opponent when they play Northwestern, but I think Fickle is going to have that figured out by then.
I had a family member go to Northwestern. Was it my mom's dad, my mom's mom, my dad's mom, or my dad's dad?
All of the above. Trick question.
Just my mom's dad.
God dang it.
Trick question. I hate this game.
Who's next, Stovey?
November 18th at Camp Randall. The final home game of the season is against Nebraska.
The Cornhuskers don't have anything on the Badgers. That's a dub.
And
Wait, what former Wisconsin athletic director has direct ties to Nebraska?
Barry Alvarez.
Correct. Final game of the season at Minnesota.
We are getting the axe back. We
Yes,
are
we are.
taking down the Gophers. That puts us at 10-2. I do see a win in the next two games.
Two things on this before you go, Jim.
Yeah.
I just found out recently. Well, number one, I already knew this. The series is tied. It's completely tied.
Nice.
So whoever wins this year will be in front. And secondly, they used to play for a slab of bacon.
You just found that out?
I just found that out. I never knew that.
Didn't they lose it? That's why they switched to the axe.
Yeah, but then Barry found it in like 94.
Yeah, but they did lose it. That's why they switched. So, Minnesota, what do I got for you here? I'll give you a story, and you can guess who it was. So, you should have heard this before, because you do the show with Tarek Saw and Derek Engler, and they tell this story often about one
Brad
of
Norman.
the lamest attempts ever. So, when Barry Alvarez was the head football coach, he'd have his assistants kind of come up with themes for each week. And one of them was for Minnesota. And this coach, who was their offensive coordinator, later coaches in the NFL, for the Minnesota Vikings, came up with the idea of handing out cards to every player on the team and said, these are your gopher, license to hunt gopher cards. And, like, that was his thing. And they said it was, like, one of the lamest things a coach ever did. It, like, deflated the room when he brought that up to them. Who's that coach? He was the head football coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Brad Childress.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Did you know that Brad Childress was a Badger offensive assistant at one point?
I did not. I was just going to go back and try and think of some.
So was Lovie Smith. So was...
Really?
Yeah.
Lovey?
Brian Callahan.
You want to crown him?
No, that's Dennis Green.
That's Dennis Green. Okay. Not Lovey. Whew. Whew. I was... Yeah,
They were.
there we are.
They are who we thought they were.
So 10-2,
He
and
was
we're going to
upset
win a bowl
about
game.
Lovey.
So we're going to get... That's my prediction. They got two more games after that. They're going to have the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State, which I probably think they take the L in, and then they win their bowl game. So that's the 11 wins. What do you think, Strove?
I think you're overconfident, but I like it.
With 3 losses to Iowa and twice to Ohio State, I don't think that's crazy.
Strofe wants me to give away the caller number 99.
That was a typo.
Are you drunk?
I just must have clicked 9 twice.
Wow, caller 99.
All righty.
We'll reveal the winner during Scouts on Breast.
Caller number 9 will win a case of, that means you get 24.
Wow, I really thought you were going to make me do it. I was just hoping you didn't notice that because I saw that earlier and I was like, oh.
Caller
The
99.
first time ever I look at the numbers and you have it there. We're going to give away a case of the Variety Ranch Rita. So that's 2 12-packs of the Variety 12-pack of Ranch Rita. 844-770-3776, caller number 9. You get, in this variety pack, classic margarita style, and then 3 new flavors, spicy, mango, and blood orange. So from the Ranch Rita, folks, you get a variety pack, a Variety 12-pack of Ranch Rita, but you get 2 of those. So 24 of these you're going to get, and that includes the margarita style, spicy, mango, and blood orange. You're going to get all of that. Caller number 9, 844-770-3776. You're going to win a case of the Variety 12-pack Ranch Rita Margaritas. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. ESPN senior college football reporter Adam Rittenberg joined Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin on Thursday and said he thinks Wisconsin may be one of the most interesting teams in all of college football in 2023.
I think they're one of the most interesting teams in college football. Not so much that Luke Fickell is the coach, although that's a big part of it, but the offense that they've brought in and how different it is from what we're used to with Wisconsin.
Catch the full interview with ESPN college football insider Adam Rittenberg on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st, and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone. Let us leave a legacy on your home.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Tonight, I've got a bonfire at the lake with friends. First, I need a spritz of my Off Clean Feel. My summer style is all about fun, and not about... I don't need Mosquito Bite Red clashing with this crochet top. It's purple, it's bright. I could definitely pair it with my Amethyst eyeshadow palette. The best part is, ugly mosquitoes won't be messing with my fiery vibes. With Off Clean Feel, I've got 8 hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. Get your pre-party protection on with Off Clean Feel. SC Johnson, a family company.
The best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Hi, this is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. We're the trusted local experts you can count on for your home exterior projects. There's a reason so many customers recommend us after we help with their projects. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
Would you say I'm easygoing, or would you say I'm not easygoing? I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You let a lot of things roll off. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am. Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Grassland Dairy, Home and Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
California.
You know what's a trip? Rap songs is, Matt, I'll play it for you in the break, and maybe we can play them on the air. When you find the original where they take the beat from.
Oh, like the samples from?
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of them are like subtle. Like Dr. Dre does a really good job. Like he usually is sampling multiple songs at a time. But like this one, it is the original. I think it's a Joe Cocker song, which is even weirder. And it is, the beginning is exactly the same. And it is a trip when you hear it every once in a while. But I actually find it fun. And like for me,
I enjoy those. Like, there's a Kanye song where he samples Bon Iver.
Yes.
And intros the song Monster with Lost in the Woods by Bon Iver. I think that's super cool.
Yeah. Well, because for that style of music, like if you're talking about someone playing a guitar, and there was just another case one on this, like you're going to overlap chords, you're going to overlap, and at times you're going to have.
That was Ed Sheeran and
I don't know who
Marvin Gaye's family.
I think you're right.
So,
yes. And it's happened a lot. Like you can't. There's not enough chords, there's not enough ways to write a song to not have overlap and have some parts be similar or exactly the same for little bits and pieces. But that's why it's the same idea. If you're going to create rap music, you're going to need to borrow, you need to sample. Like my favorite thing as we talk music here was the drummer for Nirvana, now the lead singer for Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, talked about how he lifted a lot of 70s disco hits for the drum beats for Nirvana. And so he's like, if you listen, they're very similar, if not copying what they did with the disco, because it's a different type of music. They're slightly different. He's able to use it.
Well, drum beats
without
especially hard to.
Well, almost
like,
everything, but yeah.
Drum melodies. There's different notes and stuff. And as far as rhythms go, like the same rhythm is played for multiple songs. So like, yeah. There's a lot of biting, I guess you could say.
There's famously, I don't know if it's a comedian group or what, where they do the 5-chord song melody where they run through 50 number one hits all in the same. They're all the same 5 chords.
4 chords actually.
Is it 4 chords? Okay, so there you go. I'm even off on that part of it here. We are asking you our first Iron Jock poll question. And the question is, Matt Hamilton believes the Badgers will win 11 games this year. Are you with him or is he crazy? 73% of you, Matt Hamilton, or 73% of people out there are with you.
Hey now. Nice. I thought you were going to tell me 73% of our fans think I'm crazy, and I thought that would be pretty accurate.
So what... You came through how many regular season wins did you have for the Badgers?
So I had them at 10-2 in the regular season.
So then they only have to win either their bowl game or the Big Ten title to get to 11.
And the Big Ten title, most likely against Michigan or Ohio State. I'm kind of counting that as the L, and then hoping that we can get that win in the bowl game.
So then you're a 10-win team with 3 losses going to the bowl game, which means you're going to like
2 losses going into the bowl game.
Okay, so then, but you're still going to like a bowl game that is like Capital One. It's like a tier below. It's like a tier below the probably major bowl games, which is good because then it gives you an opportunity.
The major bowl games still have one more year of 4, and then they expand.
Yes,
right.
Yeah, but so the point is, like, it gives you an opportunity to be in a good bowl game, one you can be excited about as a fan, but also win a bowl game.
Right.
Especially since I think Coach Fickell and Barry Alvarez, I'm sure, is imposing this, but the Badgers have always cared about bowl games, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but that's why they win them. Because a lot of teams, a lot of schools, they show up and they're like, we're in the bowl game. We'll go out here. We'll do the party. Our guys aren't going to play, or we don't care. It's just an exhibition, which it is. But the Badgers have been great, especially under Barry Alvarez, but that carried through with Bielema and a little bit with Paul Christ, of these bowl games matter. They can carry momentum into the offseason. So the Badgers playing a bowl game, I always like their chances in a bowl game there. So, Matt, I don't think you're crazy. Strofe?
I think he's a little optimistic.
Well, I have to say, I said he's not crazy.
Where do you think the extra loss comes in our schedule?
I don't know. Washington State wouldn't shock me.
Okay.
At Pullman.
But it wouldn't shock you if they won. Like, Matt's just taking those 50-50s and flipping it to them.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just taking the close ones and giving it to the Badgers.
You said they would lose to Iowa?
I did say they'd lose to Iowa.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I think that's a coin flip. I just
think like 9-3 in the regular season is realistic. Maybe win the West.
Right, so now you get one extra win in there. So 9-3, like that's the.
I don't
now
think he's nuts. I never said he's crazy.
Yeah,
I just don't. I think that's a little optimistic, but I like it. I'm not against optimism around here. I'm an optimistic guy.
The big thing is they have to get off to.
You got optimistic pants on? I said
I am crazy. Do you feel it in your loins? Do you feel Matt Hamilton's?
Do I feel Matt Hamilton in my loins?
Do you feel Matt Hamilton's optimism in your loins?
Jim, that would be physically impossible. I'm on the other side of a glass wall. I know your tricks.
Daryl and Deerfield chimes in. Does Matt have any idea how tough Washington State is at Pullman?
No, it's going to be a tough game. But
I'm with you. The Badgers, especially if they get Buffalo and they look good and feel good for that. I'm not going to say stealing Washington State, but they're better. They're more talented than Washington State. So go out there, take that game.
Like the Badgers are going to go into that game most likely the favorite. No,
probably. But also, here's the thing that we're forgetting, especially in the Big Ten, but even Washington State. Nobody's got tape.
Yeah.
They don't
This is a
know.
new look offense.
They don't know what Phil Longo's offense looks like with these players mixing in the old system and the new system. They don't know. Even this defense is different.
Right.
They don't know how these players are going to be used. That can work to the Badgers' advantage as long as you believe in the coaching staff. And the other part of this is, and Rob chimed in earlier about the spring game, Tanner Mordecai. He looked horrendous in that spring game. But people I trust that are very well connected, that was like his only bad practice the entire time. It was pouring, like it was like a rainy, sleety day. It was not a good day. He didn't look good. But he did look like a capable quarterback. I mean, throughout practice is what I heard otherwise. And more than capable, he's 23 years old. Talking to people around the program, they're blown away with how hard he works, how smart he is, how prepared. Like, Tanner Mordecai wants to go play in the NFL. He's using the Badgers as an opportunity to get himself on an NFL roster next year, to get drafted. So he's taking this seriously. He's a grown man who's had 2 amazing seasons. His last 2 seasons would have been better than I think anyone has ever done at the University of Wisconsin as far as statistically at the quarterback position. So, like, he's proven. He has a track record. I get it if he was a young player coming in here and you'd say, oh, this guy can't get it done. No, he has 2 years of phenomenal quarterback play. We're going to give him the spring game as a bad game. But other players on this team, this is the difference between years past the quarterback. There's many talented quarterbacks hanging around with the Wisconsin Badgers. We'll talk some more Badger football. I also want to talk about Sports Illustrated did their 10 most influential personalities in sports media. I want to ask you who your like Mount Rushmore or who your favorite sports personalities are. We can talk about that on the other side as well. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Mine is Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Alex Strofe, and Molly Brown.
There you go.
If you're looking to fill the vacant space in your commercial building, the local agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group are eager to grow your bottom line. Head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. I'm Alex Strofe. Your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The WeatherTech International Challenge with Brian Redmond descends on Road America today through Sunday. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. ESPN college football writer, senior writer, Adam Rittenberg joined Wilde and Tausch this morning. Talked about the scandal going on at Northwestern, but also the excitement around Wisconsin and the air raid offense coming to Madison.
Change program combination than the air raid coming to Wisconsin with Phil Longo under Luke Fickell. Could they be a lot better offensively? Yes. Could they be messy and sloppy and cost themselves games on offense? Absolutely. But it's going to be interesting either way.
And Adam Rittenberg, find the full appearance on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcast. Just search Wilde and Tausch. MLB All-Star break coming to an end. And the Brewers just one game back of the Cincinnati Reds as they get ready for the second half of their season starting tomorrow night in Cincinnati against the Reds. 3-game weekend set begins tomorrow, 6:10 first pitch. Rutledge and Hamilton continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the shell.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I don't know if there's a more interesting, scheme change program combination than the air raid coming to Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Matt Hamilton feels it in his loins. The Badgers are going to win 11 games this year.
My optimism pants are on.
You hear the door close and click, click.
Yeah, it's like,
he's like a toddler.
He's like hosting with Tarek Saleh. I did that for years, and it's just like hosting with Tarek. Former Badger, all-time leader in sacks, UW history.
Legend, Tarek Saleh. Should be UW Hall of Famer, Tarek Saleh.
Is Matt Hamilton a legend?
Not yet.
Not quite.
I think he's a curling legend. His
getting there.
team's
Curling
the only
legend.
team that's ever done it. So
Curling
as far as
legend.
winning the gold.
In the U.S.
From the U.S.
In the U.S.,
right.
yeah. Well, who cares about other countries?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I'm very much under or against putting children on leashes.
I will not wear a leash at work.
However, I am not against
putting adults
putting
on
ADHD-ridden adults on leashes when they have to be in one spot.
Like a big tie leash. Like I do that with the dog when we go camping with Dolly. You wrap it around a tree, so she doesn't wander off too far.
Wrap it around your right leg.
You know what happened? Right. And here's the thing. It's super annoying because she gets distracted with literally like squirrels, and she'll just run off in the woods. But here's the problem. I think Matt would have the same problem she has. She wraps herself around everything.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden Matt's gonna be like, hurting himself or like choking himself because he's wrapped himself around the door. He can't figure out how to undo himself. And you have to go over and be like, Matt, stop wrapping yourself around everything.
So, Stroke, my sports psych, I have to focus for 3 hours in a curling match, right? It's a long game.
Yeah, and you only have to focus on a radio show for 2.
Yeah, right.
You fail to do that.
Here's the technique: is during the game, I take micro breaks where I stop focusing on the game. I'll maybe look at someone in the crowd, watch another game that's happening on the ice, basically break my focus so I can refocus, because just trying to maintain that high level of focus is too much. I can't do it. So I have to take mini breaks, and that's what we're doing. We give the guests, the listeners of the show, a little mini break from me in the commercials, and then I take a mini break too. It's so everybody can reset. It's a beautiful thing.
Is it possible to love something and hate something at the same time?
Yeah.
Because
It's called Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, right.
The Adam Madison chimes in. Did I hear Captain Toilet Bowl call someone else a toddler?
Sure did. That's how irritated I am. Just like my downstairs neighbor.
All right, so we're not doing Wisconsin. We'd be on the Mount Rushmore. I don't even want to do Mount Rushmore. I hate Mount Rushmore. But so Sports Illustrated came out with a list. Their list of not the actual Mount Rushmore, just the prop, the trope of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
It's been beaten to death. It is no longer on the Mount Rushmore of things to do in the summer when you're bored and don't have any ideas.
Oh, man. All my favorite things from radio, Jim is I don't like doing this.
Right.
I love Mount Rushmores. I love
round
trivia.
mushrooms. Round mushrooms.
Tomorrow, Scrappy.
Round mushrooms.
You want a Scooby stack over there?
Yeah.
There is not a lot of things more satisfying than watching a bush.
So Sports Illustrated came out with their 10 most influential personalities in sports media. Matt, I want you to blind react with just your thoughts on it. Charles Barkley, number 1.
Love it.
All right, Stephen A., number 2.
He gets under my skin, but I think he's good at what he does.
Big Cat, number 3.
I don't love Big Cat. I just personally don't love a lot of Barstool stuff, so
Same.
I'm going to say meh on that one.
Peyton Manning.
I love Peyton Manning.
Adam Schefter.
I think he does a good job. Even if he should lose Rodgers' number.
Kirk Herbstreit. I think they're friends again now.
Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit.
I'm a big fan of Kirk Herbstreit.
Woj. Adrian Wojnarowski.
Yeah, no, I think he's really good. It's definitely, I'm more of a football guy, but I like hearing basketball news, so he's like the Adam Schefter of basketball.
Bill Simmons.
Yeah.
Jeff Passan.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
ESPN baseball reporter. I don't know why you
Okay.
thought you know who that was.
Yeah, I
and then, my bad, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
I mean, he's the highest paid one, right? So I guess he's got to be on the list.
I don't think I've seen him as a sportscaster yet.
I agree. I would imagine he's only on the list because of the
I bet it
dollars.
would be great because I do enjoy Tom Brady, and I think he's well-spoken. I think he's got a good sense of humor. I'm definitely here for Tom Brady because, okay, anyway, we're going to get into it.
That was it. Rob Madison chimes in. We should have a shot collar for Matt on the air.
Like that, I did better.
Wait, no,
already
Matt,
worn a shot
yes,
collar. You're
please
not
share-
fooling me into wearing
Please
it
give
again.
us a cliff notes of that story. If you're new to the show, Matt Hamilton has already worn a shot collar. And no, it is not with Jen.
Yeah, we had a dog when I was growing up that was a little barky, and it had a lot of scruff. It was a Shar-Pei, and we bought him a shot collar. Never actually ended up using it on the dog, but I tried it on before the dog had to try it on, and my dad and my sister both decided that we should turn it all the way up just to see what happens. And dogs have hair there. It definitely, I think, kind of ruins the connection a little bit. When you're 14 years old, Matt Hamilton, and you have no hair on your chin, that is a definitely a big shock. The shock collars work.
Did you pee a little or anything?
But you know, like when you do get shocked and like everything tenses and you like freeze up. Yeah, it was like that. I imagine it was like.
How many times in your life have you been shocked, just in general?
Oh, I mean, when you take the field trip to the farm, everybody grabs the electric fence and then you hold hands and try and shock the last person.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never grabbed the electric fence. Alex,
oh really?
Do you grab the electric fence at the farm?
Never.
Okay, so you can what people would do is you'd get like a chain of like 4 people hold hands, and then the person that grabs the fence, the person on the far end would be the one that got the shock. And then as people start letting go, like everyone gets shocked. That was fun. You never did that?
That's
figure out
does that explain a lot?
I figured out the Matt Hamilton origin story.
Yeah, this explains a lot.
You are the biggest idiot.
Come on, Strove.
You know when Matt,
I am not taking that from you. You can say that to me, Jim, but Alex, not
both
you.
our significant. So this was like school sort of things, or what?
It was school, and I'm telling you right now, if me and Alex went and visited Baby Strophy, I could convince Alex to touch the electric fence.
You could.
Yes, or at least hold my hand while I grab onto it. Guaranteed.
Alex, how about you grab my hand and I'll grab onto it?
There you go. I'll get you to grab the electric fence. You will play the game, and
I'm
then
letting go before you do.
We'll see.
Alex, both our significant others are in the teaching profession, and Matt would have been someone they complain about.
Well, I would certainly be somebody they complained about.
True,
too. I got kicked out of class all the time.
But there's a difference between like kicked out of class and like also like grabbing electrical wires.
This was just good fun.
Good live wires there. Jeff in Janesville chimes in. Fact: leaves conduct electricity too.
What?
Leaves conduct
really?
electricity as well as humans.
Yeah,
human children conduct electricity, and so do leaves.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think it's kind of dope.
So if you want to chime in, 844-770-3776. Who are some of your favorite national sports personalities? 844-770-3776. Who are some of your favorite national sports personalities?
So I've got 2 favorites that come to mind. Both of them former players. Greg Olson. Love listening to Greg Olson.
Former Bear.
Former Bear, former Panthers, what most people remember him as. And then I really dig the Tony Romo. I think he took a little bit of a step back last year. I mean, yes and no. I still like that he'll like talk a play before it starts. He'll like tell you almost what the quarterback's seeing. And I really do enjoy that like inside look. Like I don't necessarily need an announcer to tell me who's going in motion. It's like I'm watching the game. You know, I don't need like a radio announcer. I want someone like Tony Romo, who is borderline Hall of Famer, Pro Bowler. The guy knows what he's talking about. I like that inside analysis. What's going on? What's going through this quarterback's head? And I think that's super neat, and it's super unique to having athletes do the commentary. So like Greg Olson and Tony Romo are some of my favorites to do football right now.
Daniel Sloth chimed in with the exact same names. Strofe, what do you got?
I was shocked Pat McAfee didn't make this list.
I enjoy Pat McAfee.
He's got to be the most electric, compelling guy in all of sports media the last couple of years.
I mean, yeah.
But who's on your list then? Who are some of your favorites?
Yeah.
You don't have to give me a whole list. Just give me some of your favorites.
2 that didn't get brought up here, both ESPN guys. J.J. Redick. Love J.J. Redick. I think he is phenomenal on the NBA. And his podcast is terrific. And then Dan Orlovsky, I think, is really good. With Mina Kimes as well, another name I'll bring up. Both on NFL Live. I think they're both terrific as well.
Mm-hmm. And I listen to I listen to a lot of podcasts. So I like Simmons is one I listen to a lot. So I have to put Bill Simmons on that list. I listen to a ton of his podcasts. So I definitely got to put him on the list. Dan Lebitard, I think, does a really good job as well. Bill Walton is just a joy.
Just nuts, yeah.
But he's a joy. Like he's just fun. He doesn't take it too serious. The broadcasters that take themselves too serious.
My curling team was afraid they gave Bill Walton COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were at an event in Appleton. I couldn't make it. My team goes, and they start showing symptoms for COVID like a day later, and they just did like this award thing with Bill Walton, of all people. So they were afraid they were going to kill him.
Yeah, well, I would have been very upset with them. Nick at Madison chimes in. You put the back of your hand on the fence. You don't grab it. That's electric fence touching 101.
Amateur. Grab the fence.
We got a vote in here for Mike Breen for basketball. So I think I like it. He's a little stiff for me, and there's rumors that maybe he likes to work alone, and that's why they've thinned out the booth a little bit. So he does not necessarily like the antics.
Rumors.
doesn't like the antics from the entertaining folks.
So this is going to sound
kind of in general anti play-by-play guys on TV.
So this might sound bad, but as far as radio, because I should know this, but it's one of those things you kind of get lost in the basketball game. I love listening to the Bucks. Who is the voice of the Bucks? I can't put my finger on it.
On TV or radio?
Radio.
Dave Kane.
Dave Kane.
Former Virginia broadcaster.
I really do dig listening to the Bucks broadcast. Like, for a while when I was coming home from curling, I would listen to a lot of Packers. So I would listen to a lot of Wayne Larrivee and Rock, right? Like, I almost enjoyed it more than watching football because when I watched the game, I was almost guaranteed Aikman or Joe Buck, and I didn't love those guys. But sometimes, like, I do appreciate the radio commentary even more. And I think for the Bucks, Dave Kane, if I could listen to Dave Kane but watch the game on mute, that would be like the ideal Bucks watching scenario for me.
Get a radio, bro.
What?
Get a radio, bro.
Well, I have one, but it's watching the Bucks game on mute because I don't have the Bucks game on my house. I got to go to a bar, and they're not going to mute it for me.
Brian Anderson is a joy from the Brewers to March Madness. That's from Jeff in Janesville. That's a good one. Robin Madison chimes in with Joe Rogan and Max Kellerman. The Adam and Madison chimes in with Greeny.
Hey, I know you're not a big Rogan fan, but or a UFC fan for that matter, but he does have some good insights on UFC fights.
I'm sure Joe Rogan on UFC actually knows what he's talking about.
He's very good on UFC.
Yes.
Because he actually knows what he's talking about and has actual
clown
facts instead of throwing out random made-up things.
Totally with you there, but when it comes to announcing MMA,
I'm sure he's very good at that.
Good.
But again, my stance on Joe Rogan is I've never found him remotely close to entertaining all the way back to news radio days when he was a comedian and on that show. I thought he was unfunny then. I hated that stupid show. Fear Factor, and I don't like UFC.
Back when he had hair.
I've never in my entire life found anything he's ever done entertaining. The podcast is just a new part of it. So I've always been out on Joe Rogan.
I was just basically confirming that I as well. Jim might not, but I do agree with the Joe Rogan and UFC.
UFC, I'll take your word for it. I mean, that's kind of his thing right now. So I would imagine he would. I hope he knows what he's talking about with that, just not with other things. So sometimes maybe just listen to experts. And Joe Rogan's an expert on UFC, and that's it. David Deerfield chimes in. Dan Patrick and Joe Buck.
I like the Dan Patrick show. I don't like Joe Buck.
I promise he hates your team.
Yeah, that's just how I feel. I'm sure everybody feels that way too.
That's the sign of a good play-by-play guy.
The problem I have with Buck is that he thinks he's funny. And like when he tried to do his like late night show and you're just kind of a lame broadcaster and just be that. Like, play-by-play guys to me are the worst. Radio, at least you have a purpose. Play-by-play guys on TV, I got it. I can see it. Right. The stats are everywhere. The numbers are everywhere. I don't need it. I want entertainment.
Which is why I like Olsen and Romo, because they bring something new to that commentary.
I like those guys. I absolutely.
That's the kind of play-by-play I want.
And the best play-by-play guy needs to be as little in the TV broadcast as humanly possible. Jim Nantz was another vote here. J.J. Redick is another vote. Pat McAfee. I'll give you this one. Pat Summerall and Madden back in the day, that was a masterclass because Pat Summerall got out of the way and let Madden do his thing the whole time. Because nobody cares what Pat Summerall has to just give us the gist and get out of the way and let John Madden talk.
Off to John Madden.
And the Adam Madison asked, did Stephen A. do a UFC fight?
He did way back when, right when ESPN acquired the UFC, they had him on the sideline pre-show or pre-card analysis, and it was god-awful.
I bet.
It was awful.
Where's SVP on your list here?
Hi.
Yeah.
I missed him,
I missed the SVP and Russillo show, and he was a great dude. He came to Madison a few times. So, as great as he is, on the air and doing all that kind of stuff.
Super nice off the air.
Super amazing, great dude off the air as well. So, you can keep on chiming in with your favorite national sports personalities, 844-770-3776. We're going to throw some stones next on Rutledge and Hamilton.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Follow the stream to your wild side this summer with a ranch water hard seltzer from Lone River. Inspired by the classic tequila cocktails of far west Texas, Ranch Water's no-frills taste taps into the spirit of an adventure under the high desert stars. Using 100% agave nectar and natural lime juice, the hard seltzer contains 80 calories and 4% alcohol by volume. And you can now try their new margarita-style Ranch Rita. Learn more about locations and flavors at LoneRiverBevCo.com.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of the new Ranch Rita Variety Pack from Lone River. Known for the tequila-based ranch water hard seltzer, Lone River's new Ranch Rita tips its hat to another beloved American drink, the margarita. The Ranch Rita is still crafted with the same organic agave nectar and lime juice for that delicious Texas taste. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie. Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Talking to interns. Welcome back to the show. Thanks.
There's no interns here.
Oh, no, that's right. Russo isn't an intern anymore.
He never was an intern.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Good for him.
Here's Matt knowing the staff that works at ESPN Madison.
Well, I mean, at least I'm on the show.
I'm right here.
Is there a problem that nobody mentioned Mad Dog Russo as their favorite sports personality?
No.
No? All right.
I don't have Sirius.
I also don't have Sirius. I listen to 100.5 ESPN, and I don't hear him on here.
And you hear all the other people you listed you like on here?
Van Pelt, I hear on here.
Really?
Orlovsky and Reddick do guest hits on Greeny all the time.
All the time. You lost.
Whenever he works.
You lost. Like, it's not you tried.
I only
named
ESPN people.
You lost. You tried.
I'm a loyalist.
Pat McAfee's not on ESPN currently.
He opened the ESPYs last night.
But was that on our station?
It was replayed on our station.
The ESPYs last night?
No, but the opening monologue from Pat McAfee was earlier today.
Oh, okay. You're just a tryhard. It's done. Tim Kirchin is a guy.
Oh, yeah, good call.
That Nick and Madison chimed in. He was great with the Dan Le Batard show. To speak of a guy who, like that show when they had Tim on, like that really raised Tim's profile because they would do things where they'd say things in a Baltimore accent. And Tim was from Baltimore. And Tim would just laugh so hard.
Can you give me a Baltimore accent?
I can't.
I don't even know what that is. What it sounds like?
Is it kind of Bostonian?
It's a little like you're long, like a Baltimore Oreo. Like it's like you drag your O's out a little bit. It's kind of almost like a shipyard kind of guy. It's a little bit Boston, a little bit blue collar. I mean, I'm not an accent person, but like they did that for him, and they would say names that would be really very heavy in a Baltimore accent. Like those names would do really well in it, and he would just laugh so hard that it was enjoyable. Like you didn't know who the players were, you weren't really in on the joke, but he was having so much fun that you're like, oh, this is just great. So I think that kind of appealed Tim Kirchin to a lot of people. Before we throw some stones, the Adam Madison says Ben Brust because he makes him feel extra smart. And Zach and Madison chimes in with a good one, Ernie Johnson. Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me. So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and sometimes Hamilton. I've got questions.
I wonder who's going to win today.
Jim has answers. Sometimes Matt does if he's here. At the end, I'll scroll him through, and at the end, we'll crown a winner if Matt's even in the studio to be crowned a winner.
I'm going to win today.
Oh, you're here. Shocking. Must not be that 30% of the time you're not.
Not today.
Or the beginning of the segment when you're usually just not here in time.
That's just for fun.
My first question is Burger King overseas is rolling out a burger, or cheeseburger, I should say, that has no burger. It's just 20 slices of cheese. Jim, what would it take for you to try that?
No, I'm just not going to do it. Honestly, like I feel like it would
All right,
be.
let me rephrase the question. How many Coors Lights would you need to try that?
I don't think that's it's not even a drunk food. I don't know. You'd have to give me like $1 million because it would ruin like
cheese.
That much American.
Have you eaten a grilled cheese before?
Look, there's inches of cheese piled on top of each other there, and it is American. I don't make a grilled cheese with American cheese. It is American cheese. You use like cheddar or something.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So American Kraft Singles cheese piled on top of each other looks like. I'd rather eat like 6 hot dogs than eat that. Like that looks like you might not like poop for a year. Like that just looks horrendous. This cheese blocks you up.
I think I would poop it all out in one night, and it would not be pretty.
I think all you'd have to do is present it to me. Show it to me. I'd take a bite. Give it a whirl.
Make it.
I'm going to.
Yes.
I will.
Yep, thanks.
I like cheese. Try a bite.
That's at least 20 pieces.
Well, I know what we're doing tomorrow on Rutledge and Hamilton.
That's at least 20 pieces of American cheese.
I'm glad we'll be at a pharmacy. I can get some heart medication after I try this burger.
Basically, that looked like it's melted in the microwave.
And it's melted? I'm super in if it's melted.
Like melted, or
I
maybe
thought it
just,
wasn't.
or maybe just melted in the the picture looks like they're kind of folded over a little bit on the.
No,
like the
I
cheese
think that's
is kind
just
of
natural flop, Jim.
I mean, I would,
looked a
I
little
would
melted.
try it. I'm probably not going to eat the whole thing, but yeah, it's just cheese.
Ugh. Gross. Yeah, no thanks.
American cheese isn't
I'm
even
with
like
Jim.
cheese, is it?
Yeah, there's dairy in it.
Golfer Rory McIlroy, easy for me to say, says he would retire before he would play for the LIV Tour, L-I-V Tour. Said he would rather retire, quit golf, than play for LIV. Matt, your reaction?
I think you're leaving out the even funnier part. He said if there was only one golf course left in the world and it was a LIV golf event, he would choose to retire. Like, he is not doing LIV under any circumstances, and I got to respect it. The guy's not really in it for the money anymore. He's in it for the legacy and the competition, and the best competition is definitely on the PGA. So I don't blame Rory one little bit. If he... You know, if the competition and the reason you're playing is sacrificed and gone, there's no point in doing it anymore.
Yeah, and the merger is under federal investigation for antitrust, breaking antitrust and anti-competitive policies. The federal government is heavily involved. There's no guarantee this merger actually goes through because it does seem incredibly shady. And good for Rory, because LIV... That group has direct ties to people who were tied to the 9/11 tragedy, despite what Aaron Rodgers believes. And then you also have direct ties to the murdering of American journalists to the group that is funding LIV. So good for Rory for not taking money that is directly tied to murderers. So good for him.
Yeah. He's a man of morals.
A graphic recently came out showing the cow to person ratio with the WIAC logos on it. WIAC, the WIAC, the Division III conference in the state.
Is it pronounced WIAC?
It's WIAC.
It's WIAC.
Whatever. WIAC, Matt.
I mean, isn't that what, like, the guy who runs the WIAC?
Well, a woman runs the WIAC, Danielle Harris, and she prefers it called the WIAC.
Well, there you go, WIAC.
Okay.
I'm curious, in your opinion, which WIAC school do you believe has the highest cow-to-person ratio, Jim?
One, thanks for assuming we know all these schools, but I'll go.
Would you like me to list them off quick?
No, just guess.
I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Eau Claire.
I'm going to go with Stroph's alma mater of Stevens Point.
You guys actually picked the last two on the list.
Really?
Every other school is more.
Okay.
Eau Claire is dead last. Stevens Point is second to last.
When in doubt, go to. Is it Stout?
I'll go Platteville.
Is Stout in the WIAC? I don't think so.
Stout is in the WIAC.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
As is
Stout?
Platteville. And by a mile, it is Platteville.
It's
Platteville has over 5 cows to person ratio in their county. Therefore, your winner today of throwing stones, Jim Rutledge.
I think I'm not that far from Platteville when I'm going camping this weekend.
You going to Southwest Wisconsin?
I'm going to Wyalusing State Park, which is southwest.
Yeah, that's all the way over the Mississippi, isn't it?
Up right at the Mississippi, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going a little
Too
past,
far west.
yeah,
A little bit past it, but I will definitely see the signage for it. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
The best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Hi, this is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. We're the trusted local experts you can count on for your home exterior projects. There's a reason so many customers recommend us after we help with their projects. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
You wanted lower prices? Fleet Farm's got them. Like KT Nut and Fruit Blend, now only $32.99 for a 20-pound bag. Or how about $3.49 a quart for Resolute Conventional or Synthetic Blend Motor Oil? Also, Resolute Classic Green Antifreeze is now just $10.99 a gallon. And control summer weeds with Gordon's Amine 240 Weed Killer. 2.5 gallons, now only $69.99. Look for new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life with price drops at Fleet Farm.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to the activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Aubrey Schlingen here, your 2023 Dane County Fairs to the Fair. The 2023 Dane County Fair has a full lineup of fun-filled entertainment and activities celebrating our 173 years. the Dane County Fair is putting on an exciting fair with daily free entertainment that includes Paul Bunyan lumberjack shows, stingray encounters, and magical bubbles. We have a week full of some amazing musical entertainment as well. The Dane County Fair runs July 20th through the 23rd, and gates are open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. For more information, visit our website, danecountyfair.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
We're going to be at Hometown Pharmacy in Wanakee tomorrow with our friends at Iron Jock. Jim Radicchio will be on the air with us as well. We'll talk some Badger football with them. You'll have to share how excited you are, Matt Hamilton.
I am. I'm excited for the...
Mid-yawn. He's so excited.
He's tuckered out.
Yeah. Nothing stays behind the curtain on this show.
I'm so...
If Strope sees it, he calls it
excited.
But on July 28th, we're going to be at Lake Winter Country Club from noon. We won't be there, but the Greater Madison Golf Show will be there, brought to you by Coors Light, July 28th and Saturday, July 29th from noon till 8. We will be there for our show. Tons of golf merchandise for sale, golf ball and putter fitting stations, driving range demos with the latest and greatest clubs from several club manufacturers. All attendees will receive a free round of golf at Old Hickory Golf Club and Christmas Mountain Village. So go to ROYLE Golf Shows with an S.com. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Matt, you are an optimistic fella. And right now, most of our fans are agreeing with your optimism. We had the poll question here, Iron Jock poll question. Matt Hamilton believes the Badgers will win 11 games this season. Are you with him, or is he crazy? 62% of our fans are with you.
Yeah, I think, if you call a one-loss season, that might be borderlining on crazy. Because you got to think we're going to lose one, maybe not necessarily a dumb one, but we're going to lose one outside of the Ohio State game. Just to think that you're going to put all the pieces together and win all of your close matches with, what you would expect as like comparable matches as opposed to like, a little bit of a David Goliath with Ohio State. Like, you think you might drop one. I think 10 is still like, I think it's, as far as optimism goes, it's a little conservative. Real optimist would be one loss, and that's to Ohio State, and you're probably like, and we can win that one.
I don't think you're crazy. I think that there is an opportunity here for the Badgers to have a truly special season. And for me, 10 wins, and I'm going to be like, I feel 10 wins is a real number. Like, that is I think, almost a realist number.
Right. So if we get 10 wins, just imagine we're talking about like afraid of shutting the borders down and holding all the in-state recruits to Wisconsin. If we start putting up 10 wins a season regularly or better, we're not going to have to worry about protecting our border anymore because the kids in Wisconsin are going to want to come here.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that'll be solved. I just think that we're not far apart. I say 10 wins, you say 11. We're talking a little bit of luck. So
right.
I'm right there with you, and we'll ask Jim Radicchio about that tomorrow when we're out at Hometown Pharmacy with our friends at Iron Jock out in Wanakee.
By billion.
Because, look, Badger football, I think rightfully so, has a ton of momentum behind it. They just added another 4-star recruit from Hawaii a couple days ago, a defensive end. So they're pulling people in all over the country. And Adam Rittenberg, earlier today on Wilde and Tausch, talked about the Wisconsin Badgers, and he had this to say on the expectations for the Badgers.
I don't know if there's a more interesting...
We couldn't open the media file.
I don't know, Adam. Is there something more interesting?
I don't know if there's a more interesting, scheme change program combination than the air raid coming to Wisconsin with Phil Longo under Luke Fickell. Could they be a lot better offensively? Yes. Could they be messy and sloppy and cost themselves games on offense? Absolutely. But it's going to be interesting either way.
It'll definitely be interesting. Where do you fall on that, guys? Do you think what's more likely, that the Badgers are sloppy and bad at this, or they catch teams by surprise because teams are not ready for what the Badgers can do offensively?
I think it's the former.
Yeah, I think it's the latter as well.
I said former. So you're not agreeing with me.
Do you want to take a break and just punch him in the throat and come back?
Yes,
maybe.
I do.
Maybe
if he listened.
I just don't think we could. It would be good for my career at Good Karma Brands if I punch somebody in the throat.
It's just me. It's fine.
Yeah, nobody cares. You know, it's written in your contract. You can throat punch a producer.
One throat punch per year.
Can't hit the face. Throat punch, good.
All right.
There you go.
I'm definitely considering it.
Yeah. You can get a little bit body blow, too. No, you can't even track that then.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with the exact opposite of what the other guy said.
The latter and the former are the same thing, Alex.
No, they are not. The former is the first thing. The latter is the second.
Yes.
So you think that the Badgers are more likely to be bad than they are going to be catching teams off guard?
I think out of the gates, they're more likely to be sloppy and they have to work out some kinks.
I didn't say out of the gates. I said overall.
I think overall, it is more likely they struggle than become the best.
I thought we were on the same page. You're right. We are very off.
Well,
because
that's exactly what I
refers
said.
to something first in the order of two or more things. Latter refers to something that is either second in a group of more than two things.
I finally won a vocabulary argument on the show. It only took a year and a half.
All right. Well, Matt, I'm with you.
Yeah, no, good job, Strobe. I'm just curious, what's with the pessimism?
Why are you such a hater?
I wouldn't even call it pessimism. I just think it's more likely the team struggles under a brand-new regime with a brand-new quarterback, with a brand-new offense, a lot of new players, than it is they're just clicking on all cylinders right away. I hope I'm wrong, obviously, but I just think I view it similarly to the Packers. Obviously, they're worlds apart in terms of hype and excitement and expectations. But I think the Badgers, they're going to – I just think it's more likely they struggle than become the best country or best offense in the country.
Well, I didn't say best offense in the country.
I understand that,
I
Jim.
said that, I agree there could be some struggling, but I also think defenses are going to struggle seeing the Badgers run this. So I just want to run through the roster a little bit to make my case for this. And, Matt, you're on my side of it.
Right.
And again, you can chime in 844-770-3776. Do you think it's more likely the Badgers struggle offensively or catch teams off guard offensively? And, yes, it will be a little bit of both, but I think in the end when you're looking at it, you're going to see that over the course of the year they caught teams off guard. So at the wide receiver position, they have Chimere Dike. This is a new offense for Chimere, but he is a senior. He is a veteran player on this team. He is a veteran wide receiver. Their offensive line, correct me if I'm wrong, they're bringing back 4 out of their 5 starters, and their 5th starter is someone who was a starter at Cincinnati. So everyone coming back on this offensive line, most of them played together on this offensive line.
And then everyone's been starters.
And Jack Renfro was a starter at Cincinnati, so he is also a player that is experienced. Will Pauling, one of their other wide receivers, an experienced wide receiver. Set aside C.J. Williams, who was the 4-star stud who looked good in spring from transfer from USC. Set aside him, but I'm just saying just in general. Now you have guys who are – these aren't green players. Clay Cundiff has been around the program for a long time. Injury has dinged him up, so he's not a green player. Tanner Mordecai, again, has done more at the quarterback position in his college career than really any Badger quarterback ever. And Braylon Allen, obviously, a beast, followed by Ches Malusi, who played a ton of football as well. So on that offense, it is a new offense, but these are a lot of players who aren't going to be – they're not afraid of the moment. They're not afraid of being under the lights. They're not afraid of any of this. There will be hiccups to it. But again, I go back to, and Washington State's a fair game, but I think this offense could put up, I think they should put up 30 on Buffalo. And you can rely heavily early on because the passing game is going to be the harder to click. But if you're running a creative running game out of the shotgun, a power run where you still are showing passing looks, I'm expecting Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi to eat. Now, if you wanted to tell me that the passing game takes some time to catch up to the running game, I'd buy that too.
Right.
But in general, I think the Badgers are going to it's going to be, fits and, and stops there. But I do think this Badgers offense is going to be an upper echelon Big Ten offense.
I think they're going to hum. They're going to hum along really nicely.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
You're right. Like, so many experienced players, even with the new offense, like, I still feel like they have plenty of time to handle it. It's not like Longo's coming in a week before week one, or he's the interim head coach.
Yeah, what the hell do you think they've been doing the last couple months, Alex Strofe?
We've been grinding out here, so I'm pumped. I'm excited. I do think it's more likely that you're going to see this team catching defenses off guard than them sputtering. So I'm pumped for this year. Maybe I am too excited, but either way, it's going to be an entertaining season.
And then you look at it, Luke Fickell is also not green. Phil Longo's not green. So
Tressel, not green.
Right, yes. And so you bring these guys in, and they are players who are guys who can take over a program. And year one, Cincinnati, 4-8, but he took over a pretty horrible program. Mm-hmm. 11, 11, 9, 13, and 9 for his wins.
That's pretty solid.
Yes.
Averaging 10.
And according to sportsreference.com, he's 1-0 with the Badgers, so he got that win for the Guaranteed Rate Bowl game as well. Forgot about
nice.
that. He's already got a win. So he's already experienced, man.
Already 1-0 as a Badger?
He's a vet.
He's already won more than Don Morton has. I don't know, maybe.
Who is that?
I remember that's who everyone likes to get mad at, Don Morton era.
I don't know who that is.
A bad coach for a year and a half, 2 years.
Nice. Good for him.
He's the Lynn Dickey of, like, the whipping post. If you wanted to, like, just name a bad Badger coach, you just go Don Morton era. You go Lynn Dickey era. You just say old coaches.
Yeah, that's my favorite argument.
Mm-hmm. 50s and 60s, man. That's when we knew how to recruit Wisconsin.
Glory days, dude.
What do you think the cow-to-person ratio was in the 50s and 60s?
You think it was higher or lower?
At Platteville? Probably like 10 to 1.
Yeah, you're probably
10 cows to one person, easy.
What do you think it was here?
Yeah, probably more like Platteville levels, 5 to 1.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Was Madison even here? This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. ESPN senior college football reporter Adam Rittenberg joined Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin on Thursday and said he thinks Wisconsin may be one of the most interesting teams in all of college football in 2023.
I think they're one of the most interesting teams in college football. Not so much that Luke Fickell is the coach, although that's a big part of it, but the offense that they've brought in and how different it is from what we're used to with Wisconsin.
Catch the full interview with ESPN college football insider Adam Rittenberg on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-375-2830. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-375-2830 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-375-2830 to see if you qualify. That's 800-375-2830.
The 2023 season is underway and Fun for All is back with the Forward Madison FC Family Special on sale now. Bring the family to exciting professional soccer at Breeze Stevens Field. Enjoy a ticket, Pepsi product, sandwich, and a Forward Madison scarf for just $21. Forward Madison has fun for the whole family. Enjoy Lionella Bessie, the team's dairy cow, our new kids zone, and more at every Forward Madison match. For tickets, go to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Matt Hamilton, fresh and clean in his watermelon sugar polo.
There is not a lot of things more satisfying than watching a bush. That's right. I am.
And who gave you that manicured bush?
Oh, my best friends at Olson Tune. You cannot beat a nicely landscaped front yard. It's a weight off my shoulders. It's less things I have to do around the house. So Olson Tune, they'll have your back. If you got some outdoor living needs, sometimes it's pouring concrete because you need a new patio. Sometimes it's just catching up on some of the maintenance around the yard. Olson Tune's got your back from landscaping, maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you've got an outdoor living need, large or small, Olson Tune can help. You can go to olsontune.com and get started on your project today. That's olsontune.com.
He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. Talking Badger football, Matt Hamilton optimistic. Most of you agreeing with it. Matt has 11 wins out there. I don't think you're crazy. The thing that we're all focusing on the offense. Coach Tressel on the defensive side of the ball has a great reputation, and this defense for the Badgers has had a great reputation. There is a lot of talent on this defense. It has come through year after year, and there's a lot of returning talent on this defense that I think you can be excited about as well, whether that's Hunter Wohler, Latu, Getz, CJ Getz, right outside linebacker. Jordan Turner has been reinstated to the team, so hopefully he has got his stuff figured out. Darrell Peterson, another linebacker in the mix there. Isaiah Mullins. And I'm just going to be honest, Strofe, how do you say 55's name for the Badgers?
Muma, don't know how to say his last name.
Okay, so Muma. All right, there you go. But he is a returning player.
Nice.
He's very good as well.
Yeah, there's just a lot. It's just all vowels, and I just don't know. I just don't know how the last name works. I'm gonna be fully honest.
Not even gonna take a crack at it.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, but they do have a lot of players returning, so I think that's very exciting as well. Matt, do you want to take why don't you write this down and you take a shot at it?
No, I'll pull it up.
NJONGMETA. So I would just go with Ninjogmeta, just like that's how I would go with it. Let's just go with Memba.
Yeah, I think. I don't think that's happening. 55. No, that's not happening. I can't even. You're right. There's too many vowels.
You think that's how people, when they come to Wisconsin, look at some of our cities and like, Oconomowoc? Wauwatosa? Kinnickinnick?
Yeah,
what is this?
Right. There is
gibberish.
There is some absolutely wild city names here in Wisconsin. This one is. I'm just gonna call them Meta. The last 4 letters, Meta. That's easy.
There you go. returning inside linebacker. And with all due respect, we should know how to say his name. But if
Yeah.
Strofe doesn't know how to say it, then I blame him because he's the radio guy. He's the one that's supposed to know. You're Mr. Badger.
You're annoying.
You did go to the, what was it like?
He won it with WBA.
Yeah.
He's a play-by-play guy. You want to be our play-by-play guy, and you can't even say all the Badgers' names. He's scrolling through the pronunciation guide at UWBadgers.com.
Well, I'm trying to find the pronunciation
only thing
guide.
worthwhile ever at UWBadgers.com is their pronunciation guide.
I can't
like,
find
literally,
it.
that's the only thing you would go there. So hopefully it exists. So Badger football, I think we're all excited about it, and I think that there is a lot to be excited about. I do think 11 wins is not insane, Matt Hamilton. I got him at 10, but I like where your head's at. Here's my question. Should we just make it now that on July 13th, should we just make it our show prediction is that the Badgers win 11 this year, including the bowl game, whole thing. Season's over, Badgers have 11 wins.
Yes.
Is that going to be our stance?
Muma Jungmeta.
There you go.
That's my stance.
Moomba Jungmeta, right?
Muma
Jungmeta.
Jungmeta.
All right, we got it now. Jungmeta. That's easy. Jungmeta.
Just ignore the N in his last name.
Yeah.
It's Jungmeta. Yeah.
All right, there we go. Now we got it. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. That's what I'm
See,
here for.
problem solved.
Love it.
Say it, Matt.
Way to go, Strofe.
Moomba?
You're adding a B.
Muma?
Muma.
Muma? Jungmeta?
Jungmeta.
Muma Jungmeta.
Muma Jungmeta.
We got it. We're gonna get him on the show now.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Starting linebacker. I mean, he's gonna be a player.
Yeah, and he has a crazy story too.
Yeah,
recovered from a lot of injuries. Bounced back last year. Last year was like his first full season.
No, I'm excited, and I'm excited about Badgers. We'll talk to Chimere Dike about it tomorrow as well, so that'll be exciting. And then, look, there's a lot of transfers coming in, too, so we don't have to get all that, but there's reason to be excited about the defense. Strofe, are you more excited about the offense or defense for the Badgers?
Excited? I'm more excited for the offense.
Okay.
Because we know what the defense is. It's obviously a different formation, but the defense at Wisconsin is always stout.
Okay.
The offense is going to have a lot of new elements to it.
You can be excited about the defense where they could be elite again.
Right, but even last year, like, I thought they were really, really good. And they were, like, the only thing to be excited about with the team. Like, the fact that you have this totally new offense, like, I'm not saying anything less about the Badgers' defense, but, like, there's more question marks with the offense. So that's what you should be excited about. I mean, be excited because the defense is going to keep you in games. So if the Badgers' offense does sputter, like Alex is predicting, with kind of this new offense and kind of getting their feet under them, you're going to have a solid defense that's going to hopefully be able to keep you in games, and Braylon Allen can finish them for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of how you want to define excited, because you can be excited about the defense because you just think it's going to be elite, it's going to kick ass.
I'm excited for the new look offense, just to see the Badgers doing, and we're still going to pound the rock, but just the idea that this air raid style is going to be kind of the backbone, even if we do favor or do a very balanced offense like we normally do, it's still the opportunity for big plays is going to be way higher. So
yeah, I mean, they have Chimere Dike back. They have Keontae Lewis back. They have Skylar Bell back. All those guys were contributors for the team last year.
Right.
But then you also have Will Pauling, a transfer coming in. Then you also have Quincy Burrows, another transfer coming in. Then you have Bryson Green, another transfer coming in. Then C.J. Williams, the big-name transfer, who doesn't have a lot of college production, but really thought of as a really exciting player. Then Jack Renfro on the offensive line, Joe Huber on the offensive line. And then, obviously, Mordecai and Braden Locke and Nick Evers. So a whole new quarterback room was a whole nother reason to be excited about. So this team has got so much to be excited about that, yes, there's a lot of moving parts, and the offense is new. But this offense, the way I understand it, is that the beauty of it is it's not as complicated as Paul Chryst or some of the Badgers' offense used to run in the past. This is very much a instinctive, be an athlete, go out and make plays, run to space sort of offense. So that's an offense that should be picked up quickly. We'll talk about it tomorrow with Chimere Dike out at Hometown Pharmacy in Wanakee with Iron Jock. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.